Check, 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 check. Hey, do you want to know how to be a DJ? Yeah. Well, on this week's episode, we got DJ Brian, and he's going to show you how to be a DJ. You know, DJ Brian. He's a professional wedding DJ. He's been doing this for so many years. He has so much gems out there that, hey, if you want to be a DJ, trust me, you're going to want to tune into this episode. Well, this podcast is named From Dreams. If you have a dream of becoming whatever you want and you want to turn it into your reality, this is the podcast that you want to turn into. All right? So this week we got my friend, my brother, DJ Brian. You know, yeah, it's going on. And he's the CEO of Elegance Dreams. All right. So, first question. How did you get into this business?
Well, I started back in the, I'm a lot older than I actually look and stuff, but I actually started in the 70s.
Oh,
Yeah, like 76 or 75, man.
oh wow.
I started because me and my friends, we used to go to this party hall and stuff that used to be where DJs used to party, where it was like disco music and stuff.
Right,
It was
disco music, right.
events, like the VFW hall, and there were like two different places and stuff like that.
Nice.
And then we used to go there, we used to watch the DJ and think that was really cool. So we bought some records and stuff, and then we tried to figure it out, like how to become DJs and stuff like that. So then I started building, as time went on, I started building a record collection and stuff. And then, then we actually officially started doing those parties and stuff.
Okay, nice.
And we started doing like the high school, the proms and stuff like that, like just different events back in the 70s. And it was a whole different world and stuff. It was records, crates, had to carry like 5 crates of records, big speakers, amplifiers, EQs, it was like a whole turntables.
Right.
It's so different from today and stuff. So that's
Okay.
where I started.
Nice. Did you meet up on any troubles or any obstacles like when you first started?
Obstacles or trouble? Sometimes it was like you had to. Well, it was very limited on music selections because of records. Whatever you had, that's what you played.
Right.
So it was kind of complicated because you're this poor kid and stuff, and can't afford to buy records. I mean, records were cheap to like $1.50, but we couldn't afford it.
Oh wow.
Only bought like certain records and stuff like that. And then, but me and my friends, we kind of like shared, like, oh, you get these, we went to the record stores. Okay, I'm going to buy this record. You buy that record. So each of us had different collections and stuff like that.
Right.
And then after the disco times, then it turned into like the punk rock, the new wave, like the Depeche Mode and stuff like that kind of stuff. Like the cool electronic music, Kraftwerk and Depeche Mode, so then it transformed into that. And then I was like that official DJ who played that stuff, and my friends played like the disco stuff. And
nice.
So yeah, so that was the only obstacle was that limitations of songs and stuff. And then the obstacles were they just trying to get gigs and stuff.
Right. Do you remember your first time getting paid as a DJ?
Do I remember the first time getting paid as a DJ? Well, in a club or just a party?
Yeah, just a party.
Yeah, and it was just bad because I had crappy speakers and I blew out the speaker at one event. It was a wedding and stuff, and
it was a wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Like we had like you didn't have like top equipment and stuff, and like it was cheap systems and stuff, and it was just like I blew out the speakers, and it was just a nightmare. One of the first events gotten paid.
Right.
Only got paid like nothing, like $200 or something. I don't know. I don't even remember what it was. It was like nothing. That was back that was in the 80s.
80s. Nice.
I started in the 70s, but then in the 80s was more of more gigs and stuff that I was doing.
Okay. And then could you remember, I know your first gig you got paid, but can you remember your first gig?
My first gig, it's so far.
It's over.
First gigs were actually first real gigs were actually in the 80s and stuff. Like I started in the 70s, and then as just as friends. No, 70, maybe 79, 80.
Okay, 79, 80.
I was still in high school when I was
Oh,
doing that.
nice.
So yeah, I was still in high school, so it was around that time, 79, maybe 79. Yeah, we did no, in 80, like sometime 80,
Uh-huh.
we started doing parties, and then we had, but back then was the promotion was you made flyers. So we
Oh,
had
it
to make
makes fun.
flyers and pass them out and put them
Pass
all
them
over
out.
the place. You remember back in the day? I don't know.
Yeah, yep. Me and my friends used to pass flyers out too.
Give them to people, post them all every place, all over town, every single place. Every flagpole had the flyer and everything. And then it was always, and then sometimes you have to figure out like the money issue with friends and
Right,
stuff. Then like friend takes the money and it's like, dude, you got to pay me,
right,
like
right. Right.
so.
So how would you compare like DJing to entrepreneurship?
Entrepreneurship is a lot more entrepreneurship is a lot more involved and stuff because you're not only just the DJ, you're also the businessman, you're also the salesman, you're also the guy who gets all the music, all the songs and stuff. So it's a lot more involved as on tour entrepreneurship.
Right, got you.
Yeah,
Understood.
it's a lot more involved than just being a DJ. Just being a DJ, like it's records and stuff. But it's the difference is too, is that when it's your own business, you're working 24/7 because when people respond to you, you have to respond back to them right away. There's no, oh, I'll respond tomorrow because then there's so much competition with companies and DJs today. So
Right.
you have to you know what I mean?
Right. I understand. I
Yeah.
understand. So another question, if somebody is saying they work a 9 to 5 or they work at the warehouse or this, on a regular 9 to 5, what can you give me some basic steps of what they can do if they want to become a DJ?
A lot of it is learning, practicing, learning, understanding music, understanding different genres. Depends on what the event is and stuff too.
Right. Okay.
If it's strictly Jamaican music, yeah,
Right.
I'm not sure what you're basing
No, I
your.
mean like first of all, what equipment would you get?
Oh,
Yeah, so we'll
oh,
go
the
there.
equipment, you need to get a mixer. You need to get good sound system.
Do
You
you
need
have a mixer somebody could get?
uh,
Uh,
suggestions.
yeah, suggestions.
Suggestions. The top mixers people use are Pioneers and stuff,
Right, kind of.
but they're a little more pricier. But sometimes you can go to the lower end. But in this day and time, that really doesn't. I mean, I use a Serato Reloop and stuff. It's an older
Okay.
mixer, but it works the way I can. Works. It benefits what I need it for and
It's
stuff.
better.
Like if other people, everybody's different. Some people, oh, I like Newmark. Some people, oh, I like Pioneer. So whatever you get. I mean, the whole thing is just to start. It's just to get a mixer and start. And then when you start coming out, I mean, you take whatever you need to take.
Right. What kind of computer would you get?
I have Macintoshes because I've always been used to Macintoshes and stuff.
Mhm.
Some people tend to use PCs. But Macintosh, I love Macintosh. It's so much user friendly. It's
Right.
so stable. The stability of it is so much
Right.
better for me.
And I used to do it with a Windows and a Macintosh, but I think that Macintosh it's much better with music.
Yeah,
That's
it's
that's to
more
me now.
stable. Visually, it looks better on the screen. It's more
Mhm.
stable. It's just if it crashes, the whole computer doesn't crash. It's just the application crashes
You're
on
right.
Mac. Separate the operation system from Windows is all together. If it crashes, you got to restart the whole computer. So it's completely different. Yeah. Macs are definitely something to, a Mac with good memory and stuff too.
Met
Like
with
something
good
that
memory. Okay.
that can
Okay.
actually store music and everything within the computer stuff.
Right. So
You've experienced that with the two computers, right?
yeah.
Earlier computers a little slower than the newer computers, more stable.
Right.
You
Understand. Understand.
know?
What kind of speakers?
The best, you could get different kinds of speakers. You know, EVs, but always get something good, you know, like EVs or RCLs. I have RCLs or QSCs, I think they're called QSCs. Those are good. You know, so good quality speakers, good sound system is always good. But if you're just starting, you can always go down and just get like the Behringers, you know, like, or that's how it started with the Behringer speakers,
Right.
15, no, 500 watts, they were 15-inch Behringers.
Right.
So they were my start speakers and they served the purpose, you know, but then you, as time goes on, you realize, hey, I'm gonna get better equipment. You know, like I said, people can start off with a little mixer just to practice and play around and learn the business, learn how to play, you
Right.
know, and they build it up from there and stuff from a little mixer. Then they, you know, oh, I want to upgrade a new mixer or I want to upgrade new speakers. And then eventually you have a lot more equipment and more speakers. You keep on upgrading stuff, newer stuff, you know, so.
Okay. Understand. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And music. Where did they get the music from?
Music is usually music pools and stuff. There's MP3 pool, there's BPM pool, there's you know, it's always best to purchase to be part of a music pool to get like good quality songs because you know that they're going to be top quality. You know,
Okay.
other than just you know, streaming and stealing it, and a lot of people do that, but
Right.
it's always best to get them from and honest pools. You know, you can be part of a pool, you know, like I think it's like $20 a month and stuff like
Okay.
that.
What pool is that?
I think it's BPM or MP3 pool, MP3 pools, you know, and they have listings of everything and stuff like that, you know. You you go to the, you know, like they come out as stuff comes out, you're able to retrieve the stuff. And then if you're not able to retrieve it there, then you got to purchase it someplace else and stuff.
If you don't want to say, then you don't want to
No,
say.
I mean, you know, people do it. I prefer just to purchase.
Yeah,
I prefer
purchase.
to
Yeah, purchase.
I prefer to purchase it through the pools and get it through there and stuff. Or like if they don't have it on the pool, then you go to Beatport. You know, like depending on the songs, you
Right.
you buy the album or something like that. So
Okay. All right. So with mixing and everything, how would I learn how? Okay, before we get to mixing, what about like your wires and stuff like that? How would I know what attaches to what attaches to what? Because there's a lot that goes on with the DJ set that a lot of people don't see. They see the computer, they see two speakers, and they see the speakers on a pole. What about wiring?
yeah, the wiring pretty much, you know, like it's set up. Every mixer is different. There's usually outputs. It mentions outputs to the speaker systems. It's usually a left and right channel. I
Mhm.
mean, then you have another if you want to adopt another speaker for a monitor to have next to you, which I don't use a monitor and stuff. I can kind of hear and I watch. And usually a lot of the software online too, it's like Serato and there's Record Box now. You know, those are the good ones, you know.
Okay.
But the top of the lines, that's what all the professional DJs and all the clubs and everything, if people want to start DJing in clubs, that's what they use, you know, that's what they have set up and stuff.
Right.
You know, for those systems, Serato or Record Box. But yeah, the cables, you know, you just kind of figure things out. Like, okay, this is coming out of here, and it goes into the speaker system. And it's nice to get powered speakers. You know, I think they're called um parallel speaker. I don't know what they're called, but I can't remember the real name. But self-powered, because then you don't need to connect it into an amplifier, and you go straight from the mixer into the speakers. You know,
Okay.
and then you calculate how many feet where you want to put your speakers, and you calculate how much footage of wire, and get good wires because wires. I used to buy cheap wires and stuff, and they're always breaking.
They're always breaking.
Spend a little more money, get some good quality wires, and you'll realize, you know, I mean, they last the lifetime of them or last a lot longer and stuff. Like my cables, I get some good cables. I get them through Amazon and stuff. I mean,
Right.
but Amazon sells through all the stores and everything like that, you know, Guitar Center and everybody's on Amazon. So, but I get a good quality gauge of wire. I don't know what the gauge is called, but it's a good quality wire. It lasts. You know, you don't want wires. And it's nice to be neat with your wires, because if you get sloppy with your wires, like at the end of the gig, and something I'm very strict on, like always, every time, I mean, whenever I'm rushed in a location and have to leave, I have to throw it in a suitcase, but it's like a nightmare when I get home with the cables. So I like to organize my cables, wrap them up, organize them nicely, put them in a suitcase or whatever case that you're using and stuff. I use suitcases and stuff because suitcases are lighter than a case, than a DJ coffin case. They're heavy, you know?
Right.
My mixer and stuff is a case, but it's like the case alone is like 60 pounds by itself.
Right.
So you don't want to get, I mean, it all depends on what you want. I simplify it by putting all my cables in a suitcase.
Okay.
Because it's easy to roll, easy to carry, easy to put in mobile, you know, you put them in the car, easy to, so yeah, so you always spend a little more money for the cables and stuff.
And what about your mic?
The microphone too, spend a little more money, but there's cheap mics too, because sometimes, I mean, I do have a mic system. I mean, it's not that expensive. It's maybe $400 and stuff. The one I use, I have it. It comes with two microphones. It serves its purpose and stuff. What I need it for and stuff. You know, it serves its purpose for events. And then the thing is that they're not very inexpensive, just in case something happens with the mic, which every once in a while the microphone is damaged. Then you could just buy another one for, you know, for under $100 and stuff, maybe less than that, you know? So I look and see where, oh, I need to buy a new mic because this mic, you know, because you never know, because if people drop it or you drop it, it gets damaged easy and stuff. So, but you know, if you have like $1,000 mic and somebody drops it, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, now I got to spend another, you know, on the microphone system.
Right.
So
Understand.
it's something that's good. That also too, it's got to be a good mic that can receive good distance too, because you got to figure, you know, if you're actually talking here and somebody's talking on the other room for like announcements and stuff in a wedding, you know, it's able to pick it up and stuff, you know, with the antennas and everything.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so all right, so I want to be a DJ. A lot of people don't know there's lots of different ways you can go to be a DJ, right? You can be a radio DJ. You can be a festival DJ. You can do a wedding DJ. You can be all these DJs, right? So how can somebody decide, well, hey, I want to do weddings. I want to do radio. How can somebody say, like, they make up their mind and let you know that, hey, this is what I want to?
How can you determine what you want to do?
Right.
This is experience. Try it. Try it out. I never expected to be doing weddings and stuff. I always wanted, back in the days, I wanted to be a superstar DJ. But the difference between a wedding DJ and a club DJs, the price that they're paying, you know, isn't compensating me enough as wedding DJs. Wedding DJs, the compensation is a lot more. It's a lot more work, but you get compensated a lot better than a club DJ. The club DJ rate now, I think, is like, I mean, so low and stuff. It's like under $300. I'm like, come on, man, it's 2024.
Right.
The problem is that there's so many people wanting to be DJs. So the club owners are saying, okay, why are we going to get this guy for $500 when we can get somebody for like $200?
Right.
For 5 hours.
Right.
You know, so that's the thing. But everybody determines what they want. I mean, if you want to use that as a stepping stone to lead to something else, it's always good to, you know, as a DJ too, it's good to actually do music production, because music production is, you know, it gives you a little bit of a stepping stone and stuff. You do stuff and you get stuff out there, and then that can be a way of becoming a DJ doing the bigger events like the festivals, because you do production, you know.
Right.
A lot of people who do production, some of those guys aren't even DJs. They just became DJs because they do production.
Yeah, they do production.
Now I'm a DJ. Now they go to a festival and then they they play at a festival.
All
But
right.
so
All
yeah,
right. So let's get back to, since you're a professional wedding DJ and you've been doing this so long, if I am getting married, what are when I call you up, would be, one of the first things that you say to me?
I just find out exactly location, how many hours of service are they looking for? Are they interested in other types of services? Because on top of DJing, we also do provide photo booth, live entertainment, lighting. It's just a lot more other options, other things that they can opt in for. So it's the first thing is just location. Where's the location? How many hours of service are you looking for? And then from there you weed into it, like, is the ceremony going to take place in the same room or a different room? Because if it's a different room, then okay, that's an additional setup. Okay, we can put the full setup here, and then we can do an additional setup. And then you classify what you want. I do like silver, gold, platinum, and I go gold plus, and that's what I call my packages. I say gold series or silver series, but everybody's different. Some
Right.
people, your terminology, the way that you feel is best and stuff like that. And then, but like I said, you say, oh, they're looking for this, this, and this. And then also too, I always like to find out their budget. Okay, what is your estimate budget or you're planning to spend? Some people say, I don't know. And then, so then you kind of like have to try to hit them with something and stuff,
Right. Yeah, I
like,
understand.
there's no set one price. That's the thing. People think it's like, they write, oh, can you give me a price for a DJ? Okay, but tell me the location. How many hours of service? Do you just need one setup? Do you need two setups? Like I can't just give you a price because we're talking depending on the area that you're covering and stuff. I cover all the way down from Marathon all the way up and stuff.
Oh, wow, really? Sure.
So, I've been doing Stewart and opening up now to I have a couple of weddings coming up this year for Orlando
Mm-hmm.
area around there. My son lives up there, so I have
Okay.
a place to stay. Tampa, my parents live there, so I have in June. I have a wedding in June again in Tampa. So like you cover the area, so each area is going to be a different price and stuff. I'm not going to give you the same price for Miami as Tampa.
Right.
Because a
It's
little more distant, a little more driving,
a little bit more
supposed to
right.
pay and everything. So yeah, that's how you so yeah, so that's what you got to discuss. You got to discuss and find out exactly where, what, how many hours, what are you looking for? And then from there you weed into it, like as you break it down, as you get a better understanding, okay, what is your estimate budget? Okay, they find out this. And then after that, then you send them a contract. It's always good to do a contract, for your security, for your safety, just to make sure you get paid.
Right.
And what I like to do is I like to get paid in advance before,
Nice.
like, deposit, and then 10 days out, just to make sure the funds clear. I want to get paid and stuff. I don't like to get paid day of, because the day of you're always running around.
Running around.
Some people you're looking for the person,
Right.
where's the couple? Where's the bride and groom? Oh, they left. I need to be paid.
Have you ever had that experience happen to you?
No, it's just a matter of looking for them and stuff. I remember back in the days, like you're looking for them and like, where's so and so? Oh, I don't know. He's over there in the other, and they're like in the other section and stuff. Like, dude, you need to pay me.
Right,
Get paid.
right. Understand.
They're like, oh. And if you work on an agreement of the day of, I say, okay, day of, once I walk into the location, I would like to receive the funds.
Right.
I'm not, instead of after. And also too, you got to be careful with checks too, because I've gotten bounced checks.
Oh, really? Wow.
Trust. It's a different world. People do all these things. Oh, I'll give you a check the day of, and the check bounces.
Right.
What you're supposed to do,
Yeah, you can.
Either take them small claims court, or you continue, oh yeah, we'll pay you. Oh, sorry, the check bounced. I'm sorry, I'll pay you. And I mean, sometimes it's not even worth it. Small claims court, sometimes it is, but it's expensive. Small claims court, it's not cheap.
Right. Yeah, it's not cheap at all.
So it's like, you're spending money, and then but that's what happens. So it's always good to decide how you want to get paid and stuff.
Right.
You know,
So,
clubs are different. Clubs pay you after, which
mhm,
is back in the days. It's not very fun because you're also chasing.
right,
Yeah.
right,
Where's so so? Oh, he's not here. Oh, we're gonna pay you next week. What
right,
the- I just job today, man. Pay me
right,
today.
right.
Always an
And
excuse.
so,
Yeah.
so a couple comes to me, you tell them your price or wedding. What's your preparation like for this wedding?
After the contract and deposit, and then I actually set up some time. I do a Google meeting or Zoom meeting, and we go through a sample timeline and just discuss a full wedding. Samples, things of what people do, things that people don't do, just discuss the type of music selections that
Mhm,
they're interested in hearing, what type. I build a wedding exactly the way the customer wants the wedding to be. You know,
right,
like it has to be, you know, like it's exactly the way they want it. The music selections with do play and do not play lists, because there's always those songs that they don't want to hear. And I
right,
guarantee I won't play those songs. So, you know, so that's how I prepare. And then we do our first initial meeting. It's either Zoom or Google meeting. And then as we get closer, you know, I chase up and I write them, hey, how you guys doing? How you doing with the preparation of the songs and this and that? And some people are great. They give you stuff in advance. They're very prepared. And some people are not great. Are
right.
like the wedding this weekend, she just sent me the finalized lists today. So I'm
Oh
putting
wow.
patient for Saturday. And
Oh
I have
wow.
and I have a wedding tomorrow. So it's kind of like, you know, it's a lot of work involved because I want to make sure I have all their songs and you know, playing.
Right.
Sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. And then also too, now that you're like, and then how do you prepare your equipment for that?
I'll prepare, you know, you strategize what you need and stuff, and then you get things ready. Like when you have back-to-back events, like both events, I have two weddings. They're both pretty much the same equipment. The only thing I'm doing different is the stands for the speakers. Tomorrow are going to be the truces, and then Saturday is going to be the tripods. So, you know, you just get everything ready. You prepare, you pack, and it's always good to have a suitcase or something that you put all your cables and everything in there so that it's like I said, at the end of the event, it's always good to put it neat back into the case and you know what's in there. You make
Nice.
sure you have everything, even before I put my cables, I twine everything up and then I take inventory and I just make sure, okay, the two cables, the two things, the two power cords, the this, the lights here, the stuff, you know, you put everything in there and then you just close it up and then you know that's ready to go for the next event. So
Right.
there's no, you know, the next day. It's just a matter of, okay, grab it and then, you know, and just you know, then you just make sure. But I do a lot of preparation and stuff. I usually prepare the day before. Like tonight, I'm gonna just prepare for tomorrow and stuff. Tonight,
Oh,
I
nice.
just go take my time, put it in the car, so I'm not rushing tomorrow. So tomorrow I just gotta eat something and then head out of here and head down there. You know, and then just set up. I like to set up. I like to give myself flex time a lot of time.
Okay. So you're
The
saying
hours
preparation is key.
yeah. Yeah, preparation is key and stuff because you know, you think, I mean, even you have to take a list. Okay, what do I got? Okay, music is already done, all the music selections. Okay, the packing, what I need, the two speakers, the cables, the thing, the I need this. Oh, it's this lights, or instead of these lights, if you have multiple different kinds of systems, you need this. So you know, a list. Oh, I'm gonna bring my shirt. You know, I'm gonna look a little nicer and stuff, you know, black shirt. Okay, I need to press my black shirt, press it, you know my vest, this, you know, just preparation, organize whatever you're going to be carrying, all my headphones, my things. Headphones are good. Headphones are very needed too. When
Right.
you
Yeah.
that's part of
Okay.
the equipment.
Right.
So yeah, you just prepare. You just
Right.
prepare. Make sure, like I said, I mean, tonight I'm gonna just make sure everything is ready to go, packed in my car. So tomorrow I just eat and then I calculate the time. Like I said, I like to get there 3 hours early. And then tomorrow's event is in Miami, so that's fine. But Saturday's event is in Miami Beach. So
Right.
there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a spring break, there's music. So, you know, I calculate the time of how much it's going to take me to drive there. And then, you know, never always be on time for the events with plenty of time to give yourself flex time just in case of anything happens, maybe a flat, maybe this, maybe traffic, you know, it's not good to be there, you know, 30 minutes before and then all of a sudden, you know, like you're scuffling around like a madman, you
Right.
know. I mean, it's best to just calculate your time, and like I give myself 3 hours.
3 hours.
2 hours, simple setup is 2 hours and stuff like that, because you don't know what you're dealing with. You get to the location, now you got to go through the service entrance, you got to take the elevator, you
Yeah,
got
I had that.
this, then you got to go valet park your car, and then you got to like this, because they don't have vendor parking, so you don't know what you're dealing with in every situation and stuff. But once you get to that location, you realize the complications or the simplicity of it and stuff
Okay.
to set up. And then you say, okay, then your estimate time. But if you give yourself plenty of time, there's no, oh my God, this and that, I got to do this, I got to get this. Okay, I got to put my shirt on, because I don't wear everybody's different. I don't like to wear my shirt because sweating, it's Florida.
Right.
It's hot.
It's hot. It's hot.
And, I change, I take off my t-shirt, put my nice shirt on, put my nice tie on, ready to go.
Right. So can you describe a time when you had one of the best weddings you've ever had?
Best weddings?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
I have a lot of them and stuff.
yeah, like one where you can remember and that is still stuck into your mind
Oh,
up to this day.
it depends, because I play open format, but I love house music and stuff, club music.
Right.
But I play open format for weddings. But one of the best weddings was a couple of them. I'll just say the one. The one was they were into house music and club music. So I got to play house music, club music, and everybody's dancing, and because they weren't from here, they're from up north.
Right.
So very clubby, very, very so that was one of the best weddings and stuff like that. Everybody was dancing the whole night and stuff. So every wedding is different, like you got to read the room, read the crowd, read the room all the time.
Right. And tell me the worst wedding you've ever had.
The worst wedding? I don't remember, but like when you're playing good music and nobody's dancing and everybody's just sitting there, and you're trying your best and you're trying to go out there and everybody come on, everybody come to the dance floor, and you go over to the tables, come on, everybody on, and you do everything possible, and the people just sit there.
Right.
When not dancing. You know what I mean? So those, and then there's other weddings where this is the thing I personally hate. But I have to deal with it. Some people say, oh, we're gonna give you a music list and you have to only play those songs. And it's like, and you look at the list and it's like songs, people tend to forget that listening to music and loving songs is different from party music. Party music is a whole different thing. So they give you this list of songs that they just want you to play that that aren't going to vibe a room. Like it's stuff that they want to hear.
Right.
And then they go, oh, you got to stick with it. But what I do, I always go to them and say, hey, look, I'm playing your list. Nobody's dancing. Can I change it up? And usually during the night they say, okay, start trying to get people on the floor and stuff like that, because the music, you know what I mean. Like today, people listen to music in the car and they love, oh, I love that song. Oh yeah, and then they write it down. They write all the songs that they want played, and they just don't vibe on the dance floor.
Right.
So it's just a matter of But I always go to them and say, hey, can I change it up a little bit? Or even if they put like a song that that's going to get people on the floor, and they say, do not play that song. I say, hey, can you play it? 2 people came to me, already requested it. Would you like me to play it and stuff? And they say, oh, go ahead and just play it. Sometimes they say, go ahead. And they realize it packs the floor. And they're like, oh my God. So that's it.
Yeah. So as a DJ like myself and you, how do you sometimes mix in the younger generation with the older generation? This is what sometimes is you kind of, there's a culture gap or an age gap.
Yeah, well, the younger generation do vibe to the older music, and the older music is more geared towards dancing than today's music.
Right.
So, they do vibe on some of the older stuff. You just gotta read. You just gotta. I usually like to start it off with like everybody in the beginning of the night, and then if people get more extreme with the younger stuff, like the hip hop or the harder stuff, I'll play that later towards the evening. Not start the party off with that stuff, because the adults and parents, because they'll tend to leave earlier, a lot of the older generation. So I try to like get them on the floor first a little bit, then the younger people on the floor with them, then everybody's dancing. And like I said, the younger generation do like dance music, the older stuff too. I mean, pre-2000s, they love that stuff, you know. They know it's good party music and stuff. So
yeah, understand.
yeah.
All right, so as we come to the end of this podcast, if you want to let people know the social media, if you want to let people know how they can reach you, if you know, if they have a wedding and they want to have you host their wedding as a DJ. So, and if you have anything new going on, it's your time. Let the people know where they can.
Yeah, you could reach me at I provide services all throughout Florida. If you wanna, if it's a destination wedding, if you'd like to discuss that, we can actually discuss a destination wedding. But you can reach me at my company's name is Elegant Dreams Entertainment. You can reach me at if you actually Google Elegant Dreams Entertainment, you'll always find me. You'll find my Instagram. If you go to Elegant Dreams, I was unprepared, sorry.
No problem.
If you go to elegantdreams.net/L, it'll take you to my link tree and that'll take you to every single site.
Okay, nice.
So elegantdreams.net/L. And it'll go right to my link tree. You'll see my YouTube, my Instagram, my other sites and stuff, and you'll see my homepage. So you'll find me there and stuff.
Nice. Well, thank you for all your gems. I really appreciate it. Hopefully everybody will appreciate it. I'm going to leave all his info in the link below. All right. So, as I said, you know, I told you that he was going to give you all the gems. So, so until next time, peace out.
All right. See you guys.